Yo, yo, what's going on, guys? Back here with another trade recap video. So today I have some really big things to go over, and I want to go over the ups and downs and the positives and the cons of the trading space. Um, Today was one of those days for me that kind of, reminds me that shit, I'm not ready to do this full time until I have my emotions in check. And today's one of those days. So, first thing I want to go over before I even get into the trade is have recently started taking evaluations for my funded futures. It's a prop firm, so you pay, you get the balance, and you pay for like a couple $100. You get a 50K balance, and then you got to pass all these rules and all this stuff in order to hopefully take out payouts. And I mean, on this you can make 100 grand max on one account, and you pay $200 for it. But obviously, there's a lot more that gets into it. But I do want to get into it because today, as you can see, I failed two accounts. I had two accounts. I bombed the absolute fuck out of them. You can see here, minus 2 grand. So this account got closed. And I was copy trading, so I actually had two accounts. This account got closed, minus 2K. Um, so though I was trading those 50K accounts, and I also today passed this evaluation. And these are all trades I'm going to go over. Here you can see 4K, just in one trade, 4K. So I failed to pass one evaluation. So even though that might seem bad, with this one evaluation, can which it probably won't happen, but it can net me 100 grand if I trade like an absolute maniac and get extremely lucky. But this is what I want to go over. So the first things first, when we get into the chart, first off, my watch list hit like fucking crack. NQ, right? I was watching this 23775 breakout, or like 23774 breakout for the upside. And then after that, watching into a move into previous all-time highs where we can start to look for a reject off that level. Um, and what do you know? Here on the NQ chart, now on the hourly, you can see why I was looking here. It's just this base, this channel right here. Um, Drop down to the 5 minute time frame. What do? We get a massive break above a 32 point move above, and then that previous all-time high reject, we fail, and we fail hard. And this is where I fucked up. I took this breakout, and instead of taking my 30 points, when we came back down here, I added a contract here. We came down here, we failed, where this should have been my stop loss, was under this level. My ego did not let me get out of this trade. I was like, you know what? I'm so close to passing these evaluations because at this point I was only like $500 away from passing the evaluations, and with I was in two NQ minis. With two NQ minis, $500 is like a 5 point move. Or sorry, it's like a 15 point move, which is nothing. Which is nothing. This was already a 32 point move. All I needed to do was 15 more points. And so I just kept adding and adding, and eventually down here towards like 725, I blew both those accounts. And this is just the reality of trading. Is it is gambling if you make it gambling. And today I made it gambling, and I fucked up and I blew those two funded accounts. Um, but going back to the watch, and I'll show you where I passed my funded account. My other main watch for the day was the other thing I'm watching is we get super weak. If we break and hold below 23,670, longs are no longer on the table, and we can look for a downside move back into 23,580. So keep this in mind. Exactly what I said at 8:19 this morning pre-market. If we break and hold below 23,670, we can look for a downside move back into 23,580. And once again, why am I looking at this? You go to the hourly chart. You have this big channel. You have this previous high here. You have a retest here. So then this level is starting to get weak. You know, this was a great bounce level, but now here we go, and this is where I caught the short. So if you go back onto the my funded futures, where I passed this evaluation, and now I have a funded account, which is the funded 50K. I went short 5 micros or 5 minis here, and I needed a 40-point move in order to pass. And I mean, we obliterated the 40 points, and I passed. So now I'm funded with that account. And what do you know? Where did we bounce off on the penny? Or not quite on the penny. 23,580. This is what I was talking about yesterday. All you need is support and resistance, supply and demand. Resistance, 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 breakout, catch a 30-point move. Resistance turned into the support, flipped, 100-point move to the downside. And now you have this previous resistance turned support. I mean, it's incredible what you can do with just some lines on a chart, man. But anyway, that's all I really have. I just wanted to show, you know, the dark side of trading as well. Trading isn't always just being able to sit in front of a computer and make thousands of dollars per day in a couple hours. It is a big, big, big mental battle. If you cannot accept losers, if you cannot cut your losers fast, I mean, it's going to blow you up. And I have experienced that too many times. I know you three that I'm coaching come in from gambling. I came in as a heavy gambling addict, and sometimes that, like, you know, takes back over my mind and it fucks me. And it seems like I never get lucky either. You know, I see all these traders where they add into five contracts like there, and then it reverses out of nowhere and gets in. When it happens to me, nope, it's just going to keep going, and I end up blowing all the accounts that I spend money on. And these accounts cost like $200, so I lost, I mean, $400 times 2. You know, I lost decent money. But now with this account, I'll go over this in a little bit. This 50K account, if I have 14 days to trade until I can get a payout, and I can get up to 100 grand in payouts, I'll keep you guys updated with this and see what my payout comes out to. But the charts today, which is on a pre-CPI move, CPI is the Consumer Price Index, which measures inflation, which is tomorrow, and that's a huge market mover, by the way. I mean, action was fucking gorgeous, man. Here, like, you know, we had this high, bounced clean off of it. We came in this morning, bounced off of it again, broke out of my level, and then when we faded, we broke below here and then bounced here. I mean, price action was gorgeous today. I just couldn't get over that mental struggle, and it's something starting out. If you guys can avoid that battle between your brain and you guys can become disciplined right off the bat, I genuinely believe that people can become profitable in day trading in 8 to 12 months. With me, it's taking 2 years now, and it's not because I know my strategy. I can trade my strategy well, but But the problem is, I win 4 trades in a row, and then I get that losing trade. I can't accept it. I add to my losers, and then the one loser blows up 5 wins. And that's where the gambling comes into play, and that's where you need to take control of your mind, and you need to beat it. Tell your mind that you ain't shit, and you need to just work on that mindset. And so, I mean, that's pretty much all I got today. Today was more of a kind of a mindset video, because, like I said, I'm going to be showing everything, so you guys know everything there is to know about trading. And while today was a very good and a very bad day for me, and that's just the reality of trading. And so tomorrow I'm on a funded account, which is really exciting news, man, because you can make a lot of money on a funded account. And that's all I got for today's recap, and I will update with a pre-market game plan tomorrow. See you guys.